Hello, hello, hello. So, what we got today then? Well, today we're going to be looking at the Leagoo M8, or is it Leagoo or Leagoo? Whatever. This is Leagoo M8. It seems to be the big brother of the M5 that I reviewed a couple of months ago. So this I saw it being reviewed on an excellent YouTube channel, which is Tech Utopia. He does a lot better reviews than I do, and I fancied it, and it's a good price. This came from King Souk in Dubai, and it was about 300 dirhams or so. So a really good buy. Okay, so let's just go over the specs. It has the MediaTek 6580, which is clocked at 1.3. It has a 5.7 inch screen. It's HD 720p, 2GB of RAM, 16GB ROM, SD card slot. It's got Android 6, which has a light skin that Leagoo call Freemi OS, and I think I've seen this on other brands as well. It's fine. It's I'll talk about it in a while. Dual SIM, and the battery is a 3500 mAh lithium-ion battery. So for the price, is this a decent phone? Okay, well, this is my third, I think, Leagoo phone, and all of their phones I thought were solidly built, were really decent, and they did not have any malware, most importantly, as a lot of these companies, in particular that S-Color P9 that I reviewed, which this is kind of similar to in a lot of ways, that was totally crap. Ultimately it had a really bad malware, and I think that the specs that were listed on it were not true as well, and which is a shame, because I mean, it wasn't that bad a phone really if it had not had these problems. So this may be your answer to a travelling pocket mobile entertainment system, the Leagoo M8. Now the screen is pretty decent. Okay, it's not full HD, but what do you expect? This is almost the size of a Samsung Note. It's a really good size. The back here is one of these clip-off covers, so it's relatively easy to sort out your SIM card, and it does take an SD card. So if it's Android 6, this means that you will be able to insert your SD card and then make it, there's a setting that will make it part of the internal memory, so that really you'll never run out of space for downloading apps, etc. with the 16GB. So it's handy. I think it's a good function of Android 6 and beyond. The frame of this phone is metal, CNC. I think it's, I'm not sure what it is, what metal it is, but it gives it some weight. I mean, it's not light, so it gives it some weight, but I suppose it makes it feel pretty decent in your hand. Very quickly I went and did a Antutu, and the score, similar to the Obi World phone, because I think it's almost the exact same, other than this phone has 2GB of RAM. The Obi World phone only have 1GB, and the score was about the same, 24,000, nearly 25,000. So yeah, interesting that 2GB of RAM are getting about the same Antutu score. It has a 13 megapixel rear camera and an 8 megapixel front facing camera, and I can't remember, did I take any photos? I think I did. Let's see, I will take one again. Let's see. I remember thinking the camera wasn't bad. Oh, has a flash on. Let's just see here. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Of course, when you're going to zoom in, as you'll see a bit of noise, and oh, here's the one I took. Yeah, yeah, this was the one. So this was me taking yesterday. Look, it's not bad. Again, that reflection on the screen, but it's not bad. Look, it's what it is, and for that price, I think one would be, happy enough with it. It says that it has Corning Gorilla Glass 4, which is pretty decent. Mine comes with a screen protector already on the screen, so that's nice. The Freeme OS, or Android 6, works flawlessly. I didn't notice any problems at all with this. Now, what I would say puts this phone above a lot of phones of similar spec is that it has its own hi-fi chip, which is pretty decent. I just listened to it with my HTC high-res earphones, and it's a very, very decent sound. This is 300 dirhams with a hi-fi chip. So, get it and check it out yourself. They say that the loudspeaker it got something to do with bass boom or speaker box. It sounds not bad. It's okay. It's fine. It's a bit better than most. So, yep, that's not bad sounding at all, Now, what else? Okay, well, with the battery, the 1.3 gigahertz MTK processor and that 3500 battery, one would hope to get a reason, and the 720p screen, one would hope to get a reasonably good day out of use. Forgot to mention LED and this fingerprint sensor. Now, I didn't try this one because this phone is going quite soon, but if it's as good as the M5, then which I'm sure it is, it's decent. So I think you really do get quite a decent amount of phone for a little amount of money. Pair it with a decent pair of headphones, download a couple of decent apps like Power Amp, you could have a really decent entertainment system for traveling, for your music. It takes up to 128 GB SD card. You get plenty of movies and music onto that. This could be ideal. That 5.7-inch screen is very decent for watching your media content. So again, and it's, as I said, it is built very well. So if you were traveling, this thing is heavy with this frame. It could be used as a weapon. You could thump somebody over the head with this if they were trying to rob you. It would be pretty painful. So yeah, you could have it as a lethal weapon as well as your media center for on the go. What else to talk about? 3G only, no 4G, but again, I would say that for most people, unless you're downloading, like really want to download massive files quickly, then if you're getting a good 3G signal and a poor 4G signal, I don't think you'll notice any difference. I know I don't, so I don't really think that is much of a issue whatsoever. Now, what I like about Leagoo is that, that I think I've noticed, and I think I said this before with the M5, I've noticed that on the English Premier League, I've been seeing adverts for them behind when they're doing the interviews of the managers and football players. So look, they're trying to get their name, I think, a bit more recognised in the UK, probably across the world, and they're making solid phones. They really are. So if anybody, again, I think they're a good brand to kind of test the Chinese manufacturer waters with. Don't be tempted with the S-Color. Actually, it's not just S-Color. There's a number of the Lay TV or Leagoo Pro that I had, remember that came with a malware which was very, very difficult to get rid of. At least the S-Color P9, you could get rid of the malware. The Ramos MOS 1 came with malware, it was easy to get rid of, but the TV one, no. And I mean, that ultimately, for me anyway, damaged the phone. I couldn't use it anymore. I did sell it on eBay, and I believe that the person who I sold it to fixed it, so they got a pretty decent deal. Kudos to them. So, you know, I think you couldn't really go wrong by looking at the Leagoo range. They have one that is kind of top of the range, is a 6-inch screen. I think it's full HD. It's called the Leagoo Shark, which I always fancied getting, and I nearly bought it, but anyway, I didn't get it. But this is kind of like a halfway house. The day-to-day usage of what most people will be doing is this phone will handle virtually anything that you will want to do. Now, of course, for games, again, manage your expectations. This is not going to be playing the most demanding types of games, but I'm sure you'll get some gameplay out of it. So more basic type of games you will get. The lock screen I've always liked on this FreeMe OS, as you can see here, looks like this, and you have a choice of home button, music, messaging, or the phone, and you just take your leaf. Is it a leaf? It looks like a leaf, and drag it down and it opens up. I like it, you know, but I'm pretty easy to please. Anything else to say about this phone? Well, look, it is what it is. It's, as I said, I got it on King Sook. So for people who are in GCC, if you're thinking about buying online, and before you buy something from sook.com, always check King Sook, because a lot of times they're cheaper, and they certainly have a bigger range of phones from brands to unknown, a far bigger selection than the sook.com. There's also another website called 360 Sook, which is in the UAE. They will deliver anywhere in the GCC, and also you can pay COD. That was where I got the P9, the S-Color P9, but and they do brands as well as relatively unknown phones. So yeah, that is it. The Leagoo M8 5.7, this really could be the answer to your entertainment woes. Great for traveling, because you're not spending a lot of money, and whatever happens, you know, you're not carrying about your iPhone 7 or your Galaxy Note. I really do recommend this. I would recommend you check out Tech Utopia's review of it as well. He does a better review than me, but you know, my whole reason for doing these types of reviews is that people can check various reviewers, and you get a more kind of rounded picture. That's what I do. I check all these guys. They all do a lot better than me, but I check them all when I'm looking at buying phones, and you know, it gives you, basically it lets you make a more informed decision. I noticed on, I think it was on the mini phone review, the S8 V phone that I did, some guy called me an asshole, which, you know, I'm not sure how he knew that, but you know, he was right. I am. So again, I'm kind of dumbfounded why people would bother making you know, you don't like the review, it's fine, don't watch it. You know, it's just a bit weird that somebody can get some, I don't know, do they get some satisfaction from you know, calling people names? If you don't like the review, don't watch the video, okay? So thanks for watching. Any questions that you have on this or any other phone that I have reviewed recently, then I will do my best to answer them. So yep, that is it. Recommend this, the Leagoo M8. It's an excellent phone for the price. Ticks all the boxes and would really do as a daily driver as well. This phone got sold very quickly by me, that's why it's I didn't get a lot of time to test it, but I mean it's the same spec as the almost same, I think it's the same spec as the M5, it's just it's bigger. So and really I will just finish by saying with the hi-fi chip on this, it might not be some famous hi-fi chip, but it's a hi-fi chip. That is a brilliant thing that Leagoo have done, so thank you Leagoo. I think more companies should be really concentrating on the sound reproduction part of these cheaper phones, because you know a lot of us, all of us virtually listen to our music from our mobile devices, so well done Leagoo. Okay, that is me. Thank you and goodbye.